Thank you for coming. Happy to answer all questions, all topics. Climate is a crisis. Yes, it is. Shall we answer that question first?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm here with my friends from Bold, Iowa.
Nice.
And twice we've been to your rallies and we've heard from you that climate is your #1 priority. And we'd love to hear that.
Great.
Well, we got digging in your website and we see 5 priorities listed. I was disappointed to see that climate was not one of them. It is embedded inside of your Restoring Our Values priority. It's the #3 sub-issue in that priority. So our question for you is, because climate, I think in your website it says climate is the biggest threat to our human existence, or human survival, something like that. But
I've said that many times.
we want to see you put it as what you talk about, what you write about, what you think about, #1. And we wonder when you're going to do that.
Okay, well, let's do it today, because honestly, you shouldn't be worried about it. It is my #1 priority because I do believe the greatest threat to humanity is global climate change. And if we don't begin to restore our climate and we don't begin to take it on aggressively, we won't have parts of this country standing. Within decades, we will have not only massive flooding that you've seen in Iowa, but we will have whole states have their coastline be destroyed and people won't be able to live there anymore. And so I have a couple of plans to actually attack global climate change aggressively. First and foremost, on day 1, I will restore our moral leadership on the world stage and I will sign back on to the Global Climate Accords. The second thing I will do is bring Democrats and Republicans into the White House to pass a Green New Deal and to put a price on carbon. And the reason why I know I can do this is because all of the ideas in the Green New Deal are already bipartisan. The only one that's not is the goal of net zero carbon emissions. And I think that is a goal that is aspirational, just like when John F. Kennedy wanted to put a man on the moon. He did not know he could put a man on the moon in 10 years, but he knew by stating it as his goal, it would be an organizing principle. It would be the principle behind which the country would rally, behind which he could create international competition to actually measure our effectiveness, our innovation, and our strength as a nation. So when you say as president, I want to get to net zero carbon emissions in the next 10 years, not because it's easy, but because it's hard, because it will be a measure of who we are and our innovation and our entrepreneurialism and our strength. Every engineer, every scientist, every mathematician will want to be part of solving that problem. Every young person will want to have access to the STEM subjects so that they can actually be the ones who not only invent renewable fuels, but new technologies and new energy efficiencies, new ways of building buildings, new ways of building infrastructure, new ways of actually fueling our economy. So I believe it just needs leadership, and it needs strong, bold leadership right up front. I will make sure they edit my website today so you see it right up front.
We figured that's what it
Thank
was.
you. Yeah, I will do it. I will get it done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming.